as we cover some weird things from the past week. As we also draw out some Demon Blade today, we're going to be doing Chapter 10. We are officially ending Chapter 9 coming up, literally in a few days. Chapter 10 is going to be on a bit of a delay before it comes out, mainly because we need to draw it. And we usually draw 3 pages for the first drop of Demon Blade. So, yeah, we're literally on page 1 tonight. So, let me pull it up. Yep, there we go. We're going to be doing some redraw, because I don't like the way Tetsu is at the top here. So, it was something I kind of rushed this morning when I started doing it around my lunch break at work. And I'm not a huge fan of how the image came out there. Now, the one thing that won't be erased is sort of my cookie cutter scene with the stadium. We just gotta kind of get a little outside look. Because it's a pain in the ass to draw. And it's a much larger stadium image. If you want to see where it was originally drawn, it's in Chapter 8. So, that's where I first drew the stadium. I just wanted to kind of give a place at the start of the comic. So, and we're going to redraw Tetra here. So, Tetra. Well, it's Tetsu in this scene. This part, the eyes are staying. I do like that setup. But we're going to do a little bit different. And tonight, we're going to be talking about 3 stories that came out over the past few weeks. Because we haven't done too many weird news over the last streams. Well, actually, we didn't do a stream last week. So, we have a story about a new law out in Missouri that may come about. And frankly, I welcome it. I welcome that law. We're also talking about a issue with some birds in England, and a interesting vandalism case in Salt Lake City. I think it's in Salt Lake. I know it's in Utah. I don't know if it's exactly in Salt Lake. You may hear me clanging. Once again, my dinner failed to cook until right before the stream. While we're doing this, I'm gonna do a second layer to kind of sketch out Tetsu a little bit. Because we're also establishing, at least for the first few pages, how Tetsu is gonna look for this issue. I kind of know how they're gonna look through most of this issue. It's just this part that's been throwing me off, because I want them in sort of a yoga workout outfit. And I mean, I wear yoga workout outfits. Now, I'm not very good with group yoga, but I'm good with it on my own, at my own pace. But the premise here in the opening is we have Tetsu finally getting some training in how to use the swords. We're gonna go have this little super serious page before we do a gag on the next page. A lot of opening premise. And you know what? Let's do this kind of ponytail. Normally Tetsu's hair is short, and in fact, last chapter, at the beginning, Tetsu's like, I need to get my hair cut. But since this takes place about literally 2 or 3 days after, I'm assuming Tetsu hasn't cut her hair. Maybe middle of this chapter, they may. But for right now, no. Oh, no, I do not want a guide. That threw me off, didn't it? Yep. Alright. There's a reason I'm sketching it. I do want to kind of go over the stadium here. So we kind of want it to pass through this panel. Let's fix these eyes. But yeah, just trying to keep an eye because I know YouTube, for some reason, it's just not working right for the chat on this platform. And I don't know why. Let's see. Maybe. It is weird to do Tetsu with long hair. Now, Tetra, the female form Tetra, does have long hair more often when I draw them. But Tetsu, I don't mind messing with the hair though. I think if I'm gonna do an off sleeve, like I was gonna do, I think it needs to be this one. That needs to be the off sleeve. And then sports bra. I do kind of have an outfit like this, but I don't have it right now. I got family members calling me? Oh, great. That's never good. I'm gonna have them call me later if they can. Oh, it's the wrong arm. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit so we can tell which arm is which. Okay, muscle. Bow. Into the wrist. Okay. Which is, that's what's odd. Tetsu is left-handed, so I'm kind of pushing a right-hand stance in this, and for the gag, it's fine. But Tetsu is left-handed, so. Personal news. The damn doctors. Okay, So last week, well, actually 2 weeks ago, I had to go in for a procedure. And they did some testing. They're like, oh, well, you have celiac. And it's like, okay. Was told I didn't last time. So they're like, oh, you got celiac. And I was like, all right, let me adapt to gluten-free time. This on top of what I can't eat from gastro. And about a few days later, like after I bought all the gluten-free stuff, they're like, oh no, you don't have celiac. I'm like, okay. Thank you for making me waste money. And then this week, they're like, oh, you don't have celiac, but you do need to restrict your wheat, gluten, and dairy from your diet from now on. I'm like, you son of bitches! You can't fucking hurt. So now I basically have meat, gourd vegetables and fruit, and root vegetables left in my diet. Nothing else. Nothing else. It's like, you sons of bitches. Well, I have corn and rice as well. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm not dying to my knowledge. Can I at least have food? You people are just out to destroy me. Let's lower the arm there, because it would be more relaxed position. And this would be a boken, so this is not gonna be the demon blade when we draw it. So, take this, transfer it to blue. Let me see here. Okay, hold on. I may actually have to take a break. Family drama. So we're gonna take a brief break. Well, actually, no, I'll just do it live because I'm gonna just text her back. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Family member problems. Yep. Never good. But something to deal with the stream. I can't do anything about it from where I'm at, you know. I can't even do anything about it, even out of that. So it's just gonna wait until stream ends, so. Let's do something like that. A little bit. And there will be yoga pants involved when we get to it. Right now. Oh, hold on. Let's see. This. No. Where's that one coming from? Is it on here? No, it's not there. Is it over here? Nope. Is it over here? Nope. Oh, no, wait. No. That was on this layer. That's why it wasn't. Okay. Layer issues. Okay. Great. Well, let's see. We're gonna touch upon the issues. In about 15 minutes, we'll hit one of our first stories. I just want to keep this very stern look for Tetsu going here, because it's important to give them the focus. It's also rare in the series that I get to play down one of Tetsu's faults and weaknesses. Because they're intelligent, they're not strong, they're not, well, they're physically active, so they're not problematic. But up until now, up until literally the chapter coming up, 11, Tetsu hasn't really had to fight with a sword. In 11, they have to. And it's something that Tetsu was not prepared for. Now, mind you, they're preparing for it now, because they know it's coming. But Tetsu's not trained in that. Tetsu's previous physical accolades was that they were a gymnast in the past. So they can do flips and neat little tricks, but they do not have sword training. Despite being half Japanese and raised by a very traditional Japanese family, they did not train them in the sword use because they felt it was a waste. Because they're also very high-tech, well, not high-tech, but high-advanced commerce family, and they prefer to learn the family trade, which is chicken farming on a large scale. And in turn, Tetsu hates chicken, hates eating chicken, because all the chickens they've had to be involved in raising and then watching the slaughter. So that's one thing that Tetsu doesn't like, is chicken. Other weaknesses of Tetsu: bees. Tetsu's actually got a bee allergy. They are not good driver. And I know it's Asian stereotype, but in case of Tetsu, we've established Tetsu has this ability to sort of perceive the percentages of things. And when Tetsu gets behind the wheel, those percentages go wild. And they're just like, I don't want to draw. I don't want to drive. I think I'll end up in an accident. And it's like, yeah. They're also horrible at art, ironically. And that was established in chapter 1. That while Tetsu's a highly advanced student in high school, they are drawing on a level of a kindergartner. Stick figures, curlicues, chimney smoke, homes. That is Tetsu's skill as an artist. doing better at learning cooking, but and being home ec, they'll probably also have some sewing, which is where Tetsu's gonna have issues with, because it's a craft. It's an art and craft. But they're doing well with cooking. As long as you don't ask them to do something artistically creative. None of those looks like this and is a cake. They could probably do the cake and land down the cake, but it looks like this ain't happening. And, I mean, it's one of the things that Mai can hold over Tetsu is her athletic prowess. No, Tetsu's hair's not gonna be that long. Okay. Need to put, well, some fingers out. No, actually, I'd be coming up with this. And, alright. Now we'll do sword. Boken. Which is just a wooden katana, essentially. So yeah, Mai is mostly the opposite of Tetsu. So, Mai is incredibly dumb, horrible cooking. Well, she's not dumb. She's not learned of the current age because she died 300 years ago, and no one really taught her about what the current age has. She hates computers. She hates anything electric. Well, no, she likes watching TV, but she hates computers. She literally breaks them all the time. Let's see. She is primarily physically focused. She's definitely one of the strongest characters in the series, and will get stronger as the series progresses. Mainly because that's the way Mai's written. I wanted her to be stronger, much stronger than Tetsu. I mean, much stronger than most people in the anime. Or in the manga, not anime, but in the manga. And sort of where the two split, Kyle and Ino sort of take over. So the artistic and creative ones are Kyle and Ino. Ino's more delicate personality. Out of all of them, Kyle's more flirtatious personality. And there are other characters that have their own elements. Lori is gonna be one. So, she's more energetic personality and jokey personality. She tells the puns. A couple of different things. Let's get on to our first story, which we're going to use the one we have for the clip, or for our thumbnail. So, let's see here. Let me pull them up. And I'll scroll up a bit. Yes! A park in England, particularly a sanctuary for birds in this wildlife park, has a problem. They have 3 parrots who swear horribly. I mean, all the freaking time. And, well, they don't have a place to keep the 3 parrots separate. So they integrated them into the society of the other parrots. Thus, parrots are learning to swear. Oh my god. I want to go and check this place out and hear all the parrots going, scrub. It'd just be hilarious. They're just cussing out every person that goes in that park. Be like, yes! Total asshole! Walking in a park, having a good time with some birds, and hearing them swear off the customers. So, particularly Sheila. They note out this one. Sheila the African gray parrot is the most vulgar of the bunch. Alright. Steve Nichols admits his wildlife park new plan to stop its more foul-mouthed parrots from swearing could end up backfiring. No! Previously, the Lincolnshire Wildlife Park in eastern England kept its parrots with purgation of profanity away from the public. Now it has decided to move its 8. Oh, it's 8. I thought it was only 3. 8 expletive-laden African greys into the public enclosure alongside 92 more parrots. Well, when you have 8, I'm sure the 92 will pick it up. The idea was let's go down the risk channel. Let them see how it goes. I'm betting we're gonna have a whole park full of swearing parrots. So, let's see if they go through some of the words. Swore in a lady's voice. Went quite red when she heard it, realized she was been caught. Come on, tell us some of the words. I want to know some of the words. Oh, beginning with F and ending with F. What first word begins with F and ends with F? Huh? Begins with F and ends with F. It's just saying fuck. Fuck. I don't know. Weird. Sheila and Tinkerbell swearings were separated, placed in the aviary's introduction in a smaller space and main enclosure. Okay, so they received... So Sheila was one of the worst. They had 5 that were swearing bad. Sheila being the worst. Then they got 3 more. I remember, as a child growing into a teen, there was a pet store in the mall. And I ended up working in the store across from the pet store for a while, during my early college years. And there was a parrot there, and it learned the phrase, help me, they're killing me. Because people told it that. And so every now and then you hear, things people teach their parrot. And parrots actually live fairly long, from what I understand. Far longer than dogs and cats. So, you teach one to swear, it'll be for a lifetime. If we established lifetimes to be 20 years, which has been a lifetime since probably the mid-1800s? Yeah. Alright. This was our first story. We'll come back to the next one at 9. But, yeah. All weird news stories today. 2 of them with animals, but I'm going to save the second one for last. We're going to be doing the Missouri law next. Where did I put my pen? There I go. One of the main issues I have when I start a new issue is it's hard to establish the colors without going back to other issues. So we're probably open a back page of 9 here, just to get the colors for Tetsu right. There we go. Yeah, hair's way off. It's fine for the middle panel, but the hair's lighter. Up. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum. I also gotta do the scars. Haven't done those yet. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Lighter. I mean, I could just use low, but lighter blue for Tetsu's eyes. Let's go with, or we're to do this in color, which Demon Blade is always done in black and white. Well, technically gray tones, but we'd make the sports bra purple. Tetsu tends to stick with blues, pinks, and purples with their color scheme. Well, no, actually not too many pinks. Mostly blues and white, actually. Some pinks now and then. Purples sometimes. Pretty much my actual own palette of clothing I tend to wear. Although I do have black mixed in. And I do give Tetsu some black. But I want to go for like not a full black tone for that shirt. We need to do the shoulder blade. Oh, wrong thing there. Let's go with a light blue for the shirt. Or for the tank. What it is. Later in the issue, because they're gonna end up in a football uniform, along with Ino and Mai. Which the school colors are sort of a navy blue and silver. So no choice in colors on that one. Because it's established. And what are sort of... He's not a villain. He's not even an antagonist. He's the element the story comes around in this chapter. The Golem. or as he's called, Golem. At least in this form. Because Tetsu has to BS the coach fairly early in this. To be like, no, he's a student. Absolutely a student. Yep, his name's Golem. Of course, Mai probably won't catch on to that joke. Because she never understands wordplay or satire. She doesn't understand them. So she usually is like, what? Huh? I much prefer this over what I had. And going with the ponytail over... I was going pigtails, because I've been putting my own hair in pigtails for work. Mainly because I have curly hair. And I really hate that it poofs in any time that there's moisture in the air. And so I put it in pigtails to get it out of my face. And it still, now and then, gets in my face. It's like, great. I don't want to eat my hair, but if it gets in my face, I'm eating my hair. And for me, I wear mine about mid-back. It's about as long as I seem to grow it. If I grow it any longer, it probably wouldn't grow. Because it tangles up at this point. It just becomes a mess when I take a shower and just clumps of knots get pulled out of my hair. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We are going to have an interesting Saturday stream coming up. It's a request where we're doing a original character, but it's an original Digimon, and they requested them fighting another Digimon, but not one of the sort of main Digimon that most people have drawn. So, not Agumon or Gabumon or any of the variants thereof. They want us to draw Intmon. So, we're gonna have Intmon versus an OC Digimon. Who went down the wrong third there? Should be an interesting one. I would like to see what happens, but we'll figure it out. Okay, now we're gonna deselect, now that we got Tetsu drawn. Nope, we'll need the page. I need layers. I need to select that layer so I can do the background. So, I've been drawing a lot over this weekend. Not enough to where I need to be, but we got the latest MPW and Magical Princess War done, and I am absolutely loving the gag at the end. Because it's serious fight gag. Basically doing that here with a page that has Tetsu so serious at the beginning of this issue, and then it's just gonna be a joke on the next page. Alright, let's see here. We want that. Hold on a second. Is that on the... yeah. Let's take that off. Go up to here, and actually I'll do 2 more layers before I add this. Alright. First things first. Go to black. Get those in. Because what this is basically the start of this issue. Tetsu and Mai have gotten permission to train on the side of the or not a basketball, football field, each day to try and get Tetsu to be better with the sword. Because the principal and the vice principal are like, hey, you're part of our TV show. We definitely want you to be trained to look better on screen. So, that's what's happening. Tetsu's training for this very scene, or in this very scene. And, well, that's where we initiate the chaos. Let's see, let's see, did I put it in, well, no, it shouldn't be in background. I'll double check, but I need the chain link fence that I've got set up. I don't know if it's in here. Ah, nope, it is. Did it go? Yeah, it went down below. Okay. So we're gonna... no. Below that. Okay. And we're gonna actually take... and it's the easiest way for me to do chain link fence. I just need to cut off this top portion. So. There we go. And as we've established in Chapter 8, because Chapter 8 had them on the football field for the cheerleading combat. Well, it became cheerleading combat. We're gonna do real quickly the mountains in the background, because it is based off of Mount Washington, Oregon, or not Mount Washington, Fort Hood, Oregon, Fort Hood, Oregon. So, real place, but it's called Winchell in the comic. Because, yeah, it's not a one-to-one creation, and I'm doing that on the wrong layer. All right. Now let's do the mount. Too much. Let's do something like this. Another one in the background. TV viewing. I've been getting through a lot of anime. We're actually going to be doing a stream tomorrow on Septum Sim vs. the World, where we cover the anime Scrapped Princess. So tune in to that if you want to chime in. I have my opinions I don't like to share them until after we're done with the stream. Well, I mean, I'll share them on that stream, but I don't want to share them too much before we do that stream. So, yeah, it's a 90s anime. That's about what I can sum it up to. Not as good as others, but it's not as bad as some of the others. So I can't fault it for being too bad in some areas. Although we'll go over areas. And, I mean, it's decent in some. Let's see here. It is, let's see. At this point, it is still September. The mountains should have very, even though they're the Cascades, the very little snow top. So I'm just doing this all by hand. And then just to add a bit of elements, whereas let's get to the brushes. We're just gonna do some trees in the background. For it, let's see, we're not gonna do 2000, we're gonna do something like this. Because there'd be parking lot and whatnot. If you want to know what Fort Hood looks like, watch Twilight. I hate to say it because I hate Twilight, both the books and the movie. But they used the town to film and for the movies. I'm going to try and make some clouds from scratch. I just kind of want some wispies. Oh, that's too far. Alright, that's all on the wrong layer. Oh crap, I did that on the... Alright, never mind. Let's redo some of that. Okay. I'm gonna make you bigger. And make you brighter. Where's my... You're not giving me an occupancy? You... But no, and you don't even do a layer effect. Alright, well then, what we'll do... Switch brushes. Good lord. I gotta sneeze. Hey. We'll do that. That'll be better. Okay. Now, let's make this pipe look like a pipe. And not just a similar color line. Let's stay with airbrush. But let's... Do I have the... Oh, that's bright. Fudge. Clip paint. Why don't I have a hard brush? Airbrush. That fits on everything. And in fact, it's on the desktop version. But for some reason, I can't have a hard tip refresh on the mobile? One of the reasons we need to upgrade our system, because it'll allow us to get the non-lip paint mess on mobile. I mean, I have it set up that I can work on Demon Blade on both, on the PC and the iPad, which is what we use to draw it. And most of the text, most of the editing is done on the PC, because iPad, you suck for anything that needs typing. Even with just your writing programs, you suck for typing. Give me a keyboard at least for it. And don't charge me $200 for it. Bad enough I have to pay $100 for a pen just to use the damn thing, because you won't let styluses work. Alright, let's see here. You know what? I'm not going to show things off on this page. We're going to switch, actually, not to the second, but to the third page. I'm going to skip around a bit. All three of them are going to come out at the same time, so I'm not worried about it. So, as I've established before, I don't use the panel maker in Clip Paint. I find it's annoying. You can do the same with some planning and guides, just to get the panels that you need and how you want them. And you can be more creative with it than the panel maker. So I can make panels that are completely off the wall, to play up something. Da-da-da. We, of course, will be returning to Stardew on Friday, and tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, Thursday, we will be returning with Hokkaido Girls Are Adorable, which I think the title's a little off on what this should be calling it, but it's the start of our February romance anime of the new season. And we're including one that came out a year ago, that is having its second season drop this season. So, mainly because we didn't air anything last season, or last year, this time. And I'm gonna give a forewarning. Our stream on, I think it's another dribble draw. Let me see, I'm trying to pull up the calendar. Yeah. No, it'll be Tuesday. It'll be the 13th. Okay. Our stream on the 13th, dribble draw. We're gonna be hitting some serious issues. There won't be humor in that episode. But we'll be talking about my incident a year ago, on Valentine's Day. That is a crime. Carol Cajun, hi. Bobby Girl, and hi. Welcome. So we'll be talking about those. on the stream. We still got 5 minutes before we do it. Let's do some new sketches here on this page. So let's do one more layer. So, oh, I hit the wrong damn tool. We will be, yeah, the day before Valentine's Day, because we won't be streaming Valentine's Day. I'm probably going to be crying all that day. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I've already been having some issues that we figured was gonna be a problem. With my psychiatrist. Basically saying, yep, we're gonna make sure that you're not depressed at that point. I'm like, yeah, probably a good idea. Because it sucks that my crime occurred to me on Valentine's Day. So, yeah, while everybody else celebrates love, I will be repressing flashbacks of being a victim. So. Wow, we're actually getting some people in here. Welcome! Alright, let's see. Have we hit it? No, we haven't hit it. Okay. Let's see. I got 3 minutes to get this sort of sketched out as quickly as I can. Roland, you kind of got a big round head. Doesn't help that I gave you a shaved head. Roland, of course, basically asking all this so he can have a better shot in his mind for Ina. I'm from Brazil. Welcome. You're gonna be let's see. I don't know any Hispanic words, but I do know Brazil has a lot of English. Because the people I've met from Brazil are like, yeah, English is still prevalent there. Roland's got fat eyebrows. That's about all he's got. He's got a little bit of a round nose. But he knows that Tetsu is the person to ask. Because Tetsu does have a good rapport with the coach, even though he does not play on the team. Mainly because the coach, he comes to him for stock. The backstories of Tetsu. Literally, there's this whole backstory that Tetsu is running this sort of hidden stock name, where they're stock genius because of their chaos sort of prediction ability that they pretty much go by this misnomer of tigerfish to the stock market, and that it's claimed that whenever tigerfish makes a move, that stock will go up or down depending on which way tigerfish goes. And so it's like, okay, establishing my character basically causes chaos to the stock market just to get money. But not intentional. I mean, they're not causing it. They're just playing with the best percentages. It's all he really does. So he's not doing anything illegal. Alright, it is 9 o'clock. Let's get to our newest net information. Duels in Missouri Senate. Lawmaker defends. Drafted rule change. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in Missouri, they are trying. Well, one delegate is trying to bring back dueling, which I absolutely invite in all states, because we need to clear out some of this, politician trash that just sits there for forever. Basically, the way this law is put is only senators or congresspeople, if they are offended by another senator or congressperson, the way they insult them, they can challenge them to a duel. Sleepy Eye Joe, thank you for the scrub. Some. But yeah, they are allowing, they're not allowing. It's up for vote for people to initiate dueling again. And this should absolutely be a paid-per-view thing and help cut off the deficit by people watching our public officials to go through and duel each other over slights. Be like, you called me out on this bill. I'm going to see you at high noon. I mean, we've lost a Treasury Secretary through this, through Hamilton Burr, by dueling. So, I welcome it again. I absolutely welcome it again. Let us have more dueling in our Congress. Bring it forth. Just a silly, wonderful little clip here. We'll get to our last one in the next half hour, which will be another animal-based story. Not a good one for the animal, I don't say, but funny nonetheless. If you're an animal rights person and you include fish in animal rights, you might not want to tune in. Because it involves fish being used as vandalism. I kid you not. Fish is vandalism. Definitely a unique form of vandalism. I told my coworkers the story this morning, and they're like, what the hell? Like, yeah. This is a real thing. The crime spree has been stopped. But the vandal went years uncaught. Pretty much just got noodles and mushrooms left in my bowl. There's chicken, but I ate it all. Kind of hard to get sort of a low, not depressed look on Tetsu here, but not a. Okay, it's gotta be upward, under eyebrow. Be depressed. If it goes upward, it's amusing. Lots of cartooning. And I never did draw the scars on the last page. I might go back and draw those. Because they are important when drawing Tetsu. Blade mark is too, and I got the blade mark here. But the scars are also important. Maybe I'll give Roland a little bit of a hair coming back moment here. I don't know. See, this is something I haven't done. Gloria Munse. Ahoo, what's up? Not much. We're drawing, we're telling stories. Well, we're not telling stories. We're telling news stories of weird things going on in the world. We had a bird sanctuary with wearing parrots that is being integrated into a society of more parrots, which, yeah, not a smart idea. What are you drawing about? It's my comic series, Demon Blade. Let me pull up a cover if I can. Let's see. So I gotta be careful with what I pull up here. Let's try it this way. I will go to our website. Alright, comic. This has been ongoing webcomic. Well, not more than a webcomic. Available in print and digitally on Amazon. You can check it out there. We're also on Tapas and Webtoons. We were originally, when we did this series back in 2013, it was originally done on Ink Lasers and had a 24-issue run. This is more than what Ink Lasers has. And it's definitely more adult and more story-driven, character developed than it was. But yeah, our comic series. Yeah, that's right. It should be this hand coming out. I need to do something different with the arm here because it looks differently. Maybe sort of going towards the hip or something. And I do want to do something with the front. I always kind of like to do a pattern or something on the front of shirts because it's just something interesting. I think I'll do the Boy brand for right now, which is just the humor. Because there will be a Tetra switch later. If I'm gonna read it, if I can. Yeah. we're available. You can get copies. It's always going to be in English. We don't have a translation available in other countries, but you can buy it in most countries that Amazon delivers. You can get a copy. And those in the US and UK, you can request your library to get a copy. But yeah, we've been working on this since 2015. We had a bit of a break last year when I had homelessness going on. So 9 literally took a year to complete. Mayuki is a character. Yes! Mayuki. Mayuki, let's see if I got... Let me pull the page back up. Mayuki is the blue one. Blue-haired one. Tetsu, the brunette. And we have several characters. And if you go to demonblade.com, you can read the issues. So, we keep the issues available for all to read. Now, whether or not your country lets you read that .com, I don't know. I know it's available in Asian and European countries. I can't speak for China or North Korea, but I can speak for definitely Japan, Malaysia, Indonesia, Australia as well. Australia and New Zealand. They're available. You can read it. And having it as an option as both digital for free if you want to read it and you don't want to pay, that's fine. It's a way to prevent theft of people taking it and putting it on their own website. But I do have a few extras in the book for the print. Not many. The next book will have a lot more. Because I can plan it a little bit more. But I'm, in fact, drawing Mai in this scene. Mai being a Yuki-onna who had her heart stolen. Literally ripped out of her chest. And then Tetsu / Tetra being our trans sort of hero. That gender switches from issue to issue. And sometime within the issues. And we have Ino, my sister, who's a fairy, flower fairy, plant fairy, a couple other characters. Actually, a lot of characters. I'm starting to lose track between this and Witchin'. Witchin' is our other series. We tend to draw, one week and one the other. So next week, we'll probably be drawing some Witchin'. A little bit more. Oh, no. I don't need... Kaji's not going to be out in this scene. Kaji is going to be possessing the body of this scene because Ruth is going to be out. So, yes, the character from last chapter is immediately in the chapter for 10. And I understand that people are like, well, why is 10 suddenly a split football story, American football story. I'm like, well, because homecoming. Being a red-blooded American, homecoming is usually a football game and a dance. So you had the first of the Tom Holland Spider-Mans called Homecoming. They just did the dance. They didn't do the football. Stadiums tend, or schools tend to have the football game and the dance around mid-fall. So, and that's when this is taking place. This issue actually is going to jump 2 weeks. Not too long after the scene that we start in. And it's going to go from late September to October, time-wise. I literally, in writing the series, have to go through and be like, this is occurring this week, and this week. Gotta go. Thank you for joining, Gloria. It's great to have people come and chat. Join in. This will be Kaji Ruth. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to give her the glasses. Kaji's glasses. Be like, yeah, let's have them putting their glasses up. Because it's the only glasses character I have that is regularly in the series. Vice Principal has glasses. No, she doesn't. Excuse me. Just the Principal has glasses. He appears through many of the early books or chapters, but later chapters, he plays more of a backseat. And my being pissy in this scene. She and Kaji still won't get along. I literally have a chapter where they kind of are stuck together for a bit and they make up, but that's not until well after the first series ran. So things like, well, I would say, chapter-wise, if I guessed off the top of my head, no, that's it, I'm good. Chapter-wise, it would be 27? Issue 27 is when they'll make up. Mainly, when it's somewhat of a comedic yet important antagonist fight coming up, that's premise for building up the antagonist. There'll be Tetra, because it's going to be Tetra at the time, will be helping out Frank, who's Ruth's father. Mai will be stuck watching over Ruth, and Kyle will be working at the store, helping out on an event outside, and being the focus of the A plot of the book. Well, Tetra and Mai are B plots. B and C plots, I guess. Giving Tetsu slash Tetra a B plot is rare, but usually they're A plots. Because we're seeing the story mostly through Tetsu's eyes. But yeah, I've got the current story written up to, I think, 78 chapters. And we're working on chapter 10 right now. We got a ways to go. And at the current rate of releasing, I'll probably be in my 80s by the time this comic comes to an end. Which is fine. It's just me doing it at my own pace, releasing them. I wish I could do it a little bit more frequently and spend more time on the series. But, yeah, that requires regular income from the comic. And right now, that ain't happening. We don't have an advertising team to help us out, or an editing team. It's just me. So, any work that needs to get done, physical or technical, it's all on me. Now, originally, when it was on Tapas, we did it monthly, which, that was a lot. But we were able to do it, and we released 24 issues, which ended the saga of Spring Fever, which is the battle with Mai and Ino's dad trying to test Tetsu and the worthiness of the Blade Master, so. Plus, introduced Kyle to powers. So Kyle got some magic powers. All that still technically is available to read. So if you want to catch ahead to where the plot lines will fall, then you can. We do have a few new chapters that went up with the new series, with this series run through. Chapter 8 did not occur in the original series. So, August did not exist until chapter 18. No, not 18, not 18. 13, I think. 13 to 14. Could be wrong. Could be 14 and 15. But, yeah. Where they're facing the first demon with the demon blade. The frog demon. Which happens on Valentine's Day. Going back to that element. Yeah. Which is Mai's birthday. Which, yeah. Roland, I'm gonna give you some dark green right now. I'm not gonna go back and hunt for your image right now. Not on a stream. Tetsu's more important to do that. I really ain't gonna fight with the shade of green that your eyes are. Hold on. We have the uniform being like this. You kind of can see the equipment underneath. Now that's going to be interesting to draw. Tetsu, Mai, and Ino with football pads, or whatever they call them. Football pads, I guess. On. Making them look buff. I don't know if I'll do it. I think I might just have them kept skinny. Because what they're gonna do to the game is gonna be just chaos. But Roland's doing all this to try and get Ino's attention. Does it really work? Not really, because I know in 11 she doesn't know that Roland wanted to ask her out for the dance, because Roland is too much of a coward to ask her. Well, coward's not the best word for him. I guess too scared to ask her out. And it is amusing, while I've established more of Tetsu and Kyle and their relationship, and it hints at Mai and Tetsu as the triangle relationship. Through the main story, when she was introduced, we get hints of Roland falling for her. So, he literally caught her when she was falling. But yeah. And the unfortunate soul and the group of friends that, well, no, he does get it. He does get somebody. For the longest time, it's gonna be Hugh. Kyle's best friend, and Sarah's older brother. He's definitely gonna have problems with finding a love interest, simply because he has no luck. That's way too dark skin tone. Roland, there you go. That's more appropriate. Damn it. Sarah being a lesbian. I know I'm working on a relation for her that will slowly develop between her and, I think it's Hilda. I'm forgetting if it's Hilda or Shelley. It could be Shelley. That is one of August's run-alongs. That they will have a relationship. The one that draws manga of Tetsu and Kyle together. So, while she's against the relationship in the story, she's for, making money off of selling comics to classmates of the two getting together. There are only two of the members in August's group, August being one of them, that want Kyle. It's August and the goofy looking one of Hilda or Shelley. I purposely drew her goofy looking. But it's just those two. Vivian, who's the... I can remember Vivian pretty easily. She's the tall, cool, sort of laid back. She just wants to basically jam with Kyle. And she feels Tattoo, being the band manager, kind of gets in the way of that option. I need to come up with a reason for the Doshi writer. I'm guessing hers. I'm thinking she gets lost in her own story and feels that the relationship probably is not going the way she wants it. Or she wrote it in the comic and she gets upset or something. Maybe she's upset that it's Tetra that Kyle really loves over male form Tetsu, which is an issue later that will cause a bit of a rift between the two. Did I color the scrunchie? I did. Okay. Let's go with color the scrunchie. Wrong page. Oh, yeah, that's right. The mobile will only let me have one page of it open at a time. As long as I drew this on the right. God damn it. Well, at least they're not going off the line. I can fix that. I screwed up here. I put them on the drawing pad. And we shouldn't have done that. No. I'm trying to get all of it taken care of here. That works. Right. Cut. We don't want it on the same layer as our gut. Or gutters, as they're properly called. I keep wanting to switch that one. Curses. Alright. Just need to get that color. And go to the right page. Don't be doing that. Trying to switch placement of the page in the chapter. And that ain't right. Alright. I'm just gonna guess with the purple. And it was a light purple. Da, 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 da. And like I said, Uniforms are navy blue, even though the graphic or the comic is grayscale. There we go. And, nope, wrong way. Nope. Zoom in. There. There. And now we need light gray. Okay. Up. And I gotta come up with a shadow. Up. We're past time. Okay. Let's bring up our final internet clip. Fish bandit arrested for taping fish to ATMs. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, unfortunately, if you're an animal rights person, yes, they are taking actual fish and taping them up to ATMs. So, the fish died. Sorry. But yeah, Provo, Utah. So I was wrong, it's not Salt Lake. More than a dozen times last August through December, there were fish. And we're just getting images. A catfish. 2 fish. Where and this is the worst. They taped a fish to a police car. So, the balls on this person. Wow. Not only did they have their fishy free frenzy, but they intimidated the police. Yes. So, the fishy bandit is finally caught. I mean, one Instagram video shows a fish taped at an ATM in Tokyo. And another one in Frankfurt, Germany, and Guatemala, and Phoenix. Yes, it is, a form of vandalism. But are they doing really any damage other than to the poor fish? No. But seriously. Oh, another one was taken in the bathroom stall of a Bass Pro shop. You could have caught the fish in Bass Pro and stuck it in the stall. Oh, it's humorous, but yeah, the poor fish. We don't know why. We don't have any idea why, but they are doing it to ATMs mostly. So, rebelling against commerce? Maybe? Capitalism? They didn't leave us a reason. Oh, his bio says, live, laugh, tape fish on ATMs. I mean, man, not caught before now. I mean, seriously, if he went on with this for a year and police didn't go, there's a fish taped on this ATM. What? And looked at the camera and maybe checked internet feeds, like Instagram, to see these fish taped to ATMs. Oh well. But yeah, vandalism with fish. What a unique thing to do. Gotta give people credit. They're unique. We'll be able to do some shadow work in the background of this page, or this panel. I don't think we're gonna get to the end of this page, or one of the pages, today. We almost did it with witching last time. We almost got a complete page done. But it ain't happening. I don't think on the stream we'll get a full page done. Well, actually, I take it back. We will have some 1 to 2 panel pages in this chapter. Primarily towards the end, but we will at least have some. And for those being like, why did you make your main character trans? Well, 1, I'm trans. But 2, I did it mainly because it was fitting of the character. And their personality. I don't preach about being trans on a stream or in the comic. So, I mean, it's just the way Tetsu is. They struggle through it, and they will struggle through it. But it's just who they are. And I'm not gonna make it like other comics I've seen, where it's like, that's the issue. That's the whole story. No. The story here is something completely different. And we just happen to have a main character who's trans. That's it. Which a lot of people have credited me saying, I like that, because it's rare to have just a character be a character when they're one of the LGBT. People far too often make them, preachy for some reason. And you don't need to do that. You really don't. It just turns off audiences. I think we will draw the football goal somewhere in here. Off in the distance. To establish. So, I will move the characters so I can draw this officially and appropriately. So. Again, next week we will be doing some witching. We'll be picking up a bit more on chapter 4 of witching. I'm almost done with chapter 4, even though release-wise, chapter 4 is just started. We'll be at page 5 of 16 and releases this week on Saturday, when Demon Blade also ends chapter 9. Yep. Messed that up. Okay. Nope. Is there openings? Yeah, there's opening. Alright, let's take care of the openings. I will say the Roland Eno relationship takes off before Tetsu and Kyle really get serious. Because their relationship, Roland and Eno, it'll be 2 chapters after this story arc, that their relationship will officially start. And I don't think there's really going to be any fault or loss of their relationship. I haven't written it yet, and we're in 70 chapters in, but to be fair, Roland is not around for most of those chapters because he's living elsewhere. The first, what is it, 50 chapters all pretty much take place while they're in high school. And at least the next 25 after take place back in Japan. There are plans to go elsewhere, so there'll be other places they'll go to, but timeline wise, first 50 will be within this story year. A lot happens from pretty much Valentine's Day on till June 20th, which is Tetsu's birthday. A lot of the story and events that follow the story will occur in that timeline. At least currently written, as is. Let's see here. Try and draw that fence again, but draw it in a little bit less detail, or less distance. Nope. Need to... Come on. There we go. Kind of cover that. We're doing that. We're going to go back to detail. I'm going to put it in. We're going to shrink it down. I need to see what layer. Okay, definitely need to shrink it down more. Okay. Alright. Like I said, tomorrow night we will be on Septum Sim versus the World. Doing our regular monthly anime podcast. We'll be talking about Scrap Princess. What year did Scrap Princess come out? I want to make sure I'm getting this right. The anime, okay, it aired in 2003, so not a 90s, an early aughts anime. So I've had somebody laugh at me and they're like, aughts? What the hell's aughts? I was like, the year 0 and to 9 of the century. They're the aughts. The 0. Crap. Alright, hold on a second. Something ain't right there. Nope. 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 Hey, stop doing that. I told you to stop. This layer down. Now, do the mountains in the background. Oh, nope. Reverse that. There we go. Okay. No! Don't go all the way there. Nope. Like I said, the snow cap, this time of year, September, the Cascades may get snow. It's less likely. Now, later in the comic, later in this issue, when we get to the actual game, maybe. And it started snowing this year in the Cascades around October. It's where the U.S. tends to get its earliest snowfall because of the high elevation. So yeah, let's do that. And a little bit of a lighter tone, just because it is day. Give the mountain. Now, the game is going to occur at night, so the mountains may not be seen. So, what I just said, we may not see the mountains since it's occurring at night. Which just means one less thing for me to draw. This means more focus on others. Which, given that point, we're gonna have a lot of action to draw. Probably shouldn't give myself detail to draw. Alright, well, that's 2 panels. Technically 4 are done, but 2 panels. We have reached the end of our 2-hour stream. Definitely want to thank Carol Kaiju, Bobby Gillian, Gloria Muniz, all joining with the chat, all the way from Brazil, as well. Definitely helps to have them join in on YouTube. We also have Twitch up and running on the streams, and Twitter. However, there's no way for us to get chat going for Twitter on stream right now. These do go out to a couple other platforms, but we do this every Tuesday with Dribble Draw, where we have a topic as we draw comics. And every Thursday we do our anime review of a new series. Every Friday we do a Let's Play. And on Saturdays we do our request stream, our requested drawing, which this week, as I announced, is going to be a Digimon fight between an OG and Intmon. So, if you want to tune in for that, tune in. If you want to make a request, put it in the comments below. I'll find it. But thank you all for joining in tonight. As always, go out there and be the best you that you can be. And thank you all for joining in. See y'all again in the future. Night, everybody.